Who do you want it to run it first? We scan the data and then we show what we think is the most urgent. So we need to use all the technologies at our disposal, and we need to employ very smart people to do that.
Some problems start to repeat themselves.
We analyze affiliates, the offers, the campaigns.
Hi there, I'm really glad to see you here, Cristian and Anastasia Ionescu, who are also technology people just like us, who helped build the traffic, the network to expand. I am really curious to find out more about both Witanalytica, about CatStats, and I'm really glad to see you. As always, all the conferences we see each other. This time it's Tess in Sevilla. And to begin with, what's your impression? What do you say about this conference? How is it going for you?
I'd say it's very energetic. Lots of people, lots of stuff going on, lots of networking opportunities. And of course, as any conference, it's an opportunity to meet people again and say hi to existing customers, maybe to prospects and to everybody in the industry.
Yes, this is definitely something that we're all looking for.
For him, it's the networking side, and for me, it's the session side. So I liked a lot the sessions that were here, and the presenters, the topics. They were really nice. They were nice. I really enjoyed them.
Lots of panels, lots of useful information. I totally agree. You learn more every time. This time we are here as an entire team. So some of our developers are like, okay, I want to listen about this AI tool. This sounds interesting. Your presentation that you gave, it was really insightful. A lot of information. You say like, if you didn't use this tool, you may start using this tool. This is value. This is benefits. So I would really like to hear more about this Witanalytica that you do. Could you explain, like for a person who hears the first time, what you exactly do, how you help people do it?
So Witanalytica, it's a service, we're a service provider. It's an agency that started off a little bit more than 5 years ago because we saw a need within multiple industries, people to analyze their data, to measure what it is that they are doing, to calculate KPIs, look at them, compare the results, set some objectives and improve their work.
So data-driven.
Data-driven, exactly.
Very nice. So the main people that you help are agencies and networks?
Usually affiliate networks and the direct advertisers that run their affiliate programs.
Great, great. And I remember that you said that you work a lot with data. Could you elaborate a bit more how you do it, why people should trust you, why they should find you reliable, and how you made these decisions based on solid data?
Right. So the way we work is there's a fundamental layer that networks and programs need, and those are the software, a CRM to keep track of their relationships, a tracking platform to keep track of conversions and clicks as they happen and understand who to attribute the commissions to. However, on top of this layer, there is a need for management tools to understand who the best affiliates are, who needs encouragement, where there's arbitrage opportunities and opportunities to improve some commissions to better motivate some of the affiliates. And this layer of management, we saw it was non-existent. So we figured we can build on top of what's already on top of the data that people already have to help them get rid of Excel files and Google Sheets and having to build all those reports themselves, right? So we figured we'd do it for them so they can spend more time into actually running their businesses.
And it's not only about losing time in doing all this manual work. It's also the fact that you're exposed maybe to human errors as well. And you want to avoid that as much as you can.
So this is very helpful in terms of seeing the full picture. So you understand what makes sense, what really brings results, what is not that much valuable, and you start doing that less, focus on what's the most important. This is actually great. And the tools that you provide for measuring all that, so I assume this is statistics, analytics, and some additional tools that bring some value. So how does it work? You show all the stats so people can make decisions based on that, and you also make it more profitable, more like bring more benefits.
Yes, it's usually in two stages. The first one is usually the reports and the dashboards. We help people picture and visualize their data. And to be specific here, we analyze affiliates, the offers, the campaigns, the advertisers, what is getting traction or not, how long it takes them to set up a new offer, how long it takes a new affiliate to start generating revenue and bringing the good traffic. We look, yes, how all the creatives are. We look for opportunities maybe to substitute some traffic with some better performing, cheaper traffic, where the case is. So we look at all of that. Firstly, we help them visualize. And then the second layer of what we do, sometimes we think that actually automating a decision is even better than looking at a report.
Why?
Because it speeds up and it's more optimal. It doesn't have to wait for somebody to take a decision.
Exactly.
So to give you an example, the type of tools that we offer are recommender systems, recommender engines that work seamlessly and match each affiliate with the right offer.
Okay.
So we look at the historical data and the patterns and similarities between affiliates and their preferences, and we understand what it is that they should try out and run next. The advantage is that it's an automated process, and as things change and as data changes and the behavior of the affiliates change, the data captures it and the algorithms adapt.
Wow.
So it doesn't have to wait for some end of the month, end of the quarter type of push for somebody to remember to run a report and see what the stats are, right? They work on a continuous basis.
I really like the way you put it, that things change and you have to adapt to those changes. So this is kind of dynamic system that you have, and using specific tools to see which strategies used to work, which work now, which appear only now and will start working in the future. So could you maybe share a little bit of some insight, what you would mention as a thing that used to work but doesn't really work more, but there are more other like strategies that appear, maybe something that you have in mind to share with people who do that?
I'd say that top of the list and what we saw here at the conference and everybody is talking about is that advertising is getting very expensive, more and more expensive. So it needs to be treated very carefully, and people need to become aware of the fact that they need to employ technology to measure what it is that they are doing. They need now more than ever very smart people in charge of how the money is being spent. And they need to be very careful because things can go wrong very quickly and failed experiments are very expensive.
Totally agree. And is there a way to make this decision in a timely manner that before it is too late, that you see the change, you catch it exactly at that moment, and then you change the strategy? I assume that your platform also allows this kind of like quick decision making, changing strategy, changing direction based on what you see,
yes.
Right?
Yes. There are some, talking about media buying, we strongly encourage people to use, there are some off-the-shelf tools. Can I do a shout out or mention?
Absolutely, yes.
So there's Panel.io, there's Supermetrics, there's RedTrack. They are amazing platforms that allow media buyers to stay on top of their efforts and analyze how the budget is getting spent, being alerted if something wrong happens, or in the case, for instance, of RedTrack, that's super amazing. It also allows you to automate and set rules. So the moment the cost for a specific offer goes beyond the threshold, it stops the campaign until somebody is having a look to see what's happening over there.
Wow. Okay, this sounds truly valuable. And these platforms that you mentioned, I assume that they are also pretty useful in terms of estimating, calculating, seeing statistics, analytics, making decisions, bringing value and benefits. We see that as a very important aspect of every traffic campaign. We, for our customers, specifically for OnlyFans, we do these statistics and analytics in a very detailed and elaborated way. So I totally agree that this is very important to see which bring you the best results, so you focus on those. Tell us a little bit about this CatStats. I assume this is related to statistics and analytics as well. This forms part of Witanalytica. What is it?
So until now, we did only custom work. Each customer with their specific reporting needs, their specific data infrastructure needs, and so on. And after some years working and solving problems, we discovered that some problems start to repeat themselves, and some customers wanted the same things. And
Similar patterns.
exactly,
Okay.
exactly. And CatStats is basically a solution that productizes all those reports that we built.
Okay, so you make it like in such a structural way, so you see the patterns, and you can also make decisions based on, okay, this is a typical issue, this is a typical error, and that is
It directly took the best practices that we saw in real cases, and we added them in our platform, so that when a network logs in or when a brand logs in, it would be an audit of their whole affiliate.
So yes,
program.
specifically what we did is we productized and did an audit for affiliate networks and brands that have very large programs.
I see.
And it's an added layer on top of tracking platforms, very simply to use. They only create an account, they connect their tracking platform, we scan the data, and then we show what we think is the most urgent and important matters impacting their operations, and it can be everywhere. We are talking here about publisher manager performance, we are talking about offer performance, we are talking about affiliates, segmenting their affiliates to understand that they fall with these separate buckets and they need to be treated differently. And last but not least, the recommender system that matches the right offer to the right affiliate.
Just
and
like you said.
everything only with one click. Before, you had to hire programmers, build a data team, and build all of that yourself, and it takes a very long time and it's quite expensive.
So
We did it.
very nice.
And we wanted to make it very intuitive, because sometimes, yes, the charts are nice and visualizations are nice, but sometimes you only need one phrase. Your offers that last week performed good, right now they're not performing that good. Or your affiliate manager this week didn't earn that much revenue compared to last week, and so on. So we added also this kind of
Comparison.
Yes, and comparison to make it easier.
Totally agree. This is very smart decision to do it this way. We also did it in a way of comparing different like periods of time ranges. Yeah, this makes sense. Give me some examples of typical issues, like you mentioned, something like a pattern of, okay, we know that this might have happened, we know the solution to it. Maybe some example that comes up to you of a typical pattern of an error issue.
So when we build a feature, some consultants told us we'll never find this issue. The issue is, especially in e-commerce, it's a little bit different from this vertical, but we do a check that the networks or the programs do not pay more in commissions than what they generate for the transaction. And everybody told us this is impossible, this can never happen. Guess what? We checked the data and it happens. And they were shocked to see that it happens and quite happy to discover it.
Nice. Yeah, this sounds like important thing to see. I believe it is valuable to understand that this happens. And so whenever you see such a thing happening, what would be the solution to such an...
So there are multiple options. You need to renegotiate the commissions. Make it somehow so that either way you need to pause it, because if you are running a losing campaign, you're gonna bleed money. So you need to pause it and then try to renegotiate the commissions to make it profitable.
Exactly. Yeah, that sounds reasonable and valuable. I really like that you do such a statistical, analytical, insight-based decision making that can also be fast, as you said. Like you see it, you fix it, and everyone brings like better results to the play. I really like it. Yeah, it sounds reasonable. And what's your future plans? Maybe you share a little bit on what's coming, because I assume that you already have several different products, like the company that you run. Maybe there is something that will be there soon that you have your plans for the future.
Yeah,
you can share.
There are some features that we are planning. So on our roadmap, we want to focus on cutting edge breakthrough type of features, and we were gonna stress the release of recommender systems. The one that I talked about, matching offers with affiliates based on similarities and that historical data, is one model. But to give you an example, whenever you are launching a new offer, you have no historical data about it, you don't know how it will perform, so then the question begs, who do you want it to run it first? Okay, so what we do is we look at how similar it is from previous offers and we suggest what affiliates should run it even before you run it.
Wow.
Secondly, another model that we do is whenever you have a new affiliate, the question is you have no data about them, you haven't learned anything about them, so the question is, what do you recommend them? So we draw inspiration from other recommendation engines, and what we do is we make people complete a survey with their preferences to get enough information to initialize our algorithms, to get a sense of their preferences, and then we adapt our recommendations according to what they reply.
Okay.
This can be applied very much so also in the industry and for OnlyFans, for instance, because imagine when you have a new creator coming onto the platform, who should they be matched with? When you have a new user coming onto the platform, who should they be matched with? And there's an opportunity to use that technology and algorithms to understand and read from the data and these similarities and understand, because in the end, the focus is on relevance. Yeah, people have very limited attention span, so we need to use all the technologies at our disposal, and we need to employ very smart people to do that, to capture the attention at the right time.
I really like, so you say recommendations. Is it AI driven?
It's machine learning driven.
Very nice. I'm glad that you're going to implement this. It all sounds huge and pretty useful. So even to those who work with OnlyFans, they can definitely find value in that. Let people know how they can get in touch with you. Is it through the website Witanalytica, or how does it work?
Yes, it's through the website witanalytica.com. They can submit a request there, ask questions, anything. We also have a dedicated blog section with our case studies and articles that we've written. Separately, to try out CatStats in the case of networks and affiliate programs, they can go to catstats.ai and they can sign up for the waitlist. We are very close to launching it. We are super excited.
I'm also super excited to see once it's launched. Let me know. I will definitely take a look, and really looking forward to trying, to seeing, to working. Maybe there is a way for us even to collaborate.
Yeah,
perfect. Thank you very much for this insightful interview. Very pleasure to meet you. Pleasure to see you all the time.
Pleasure to see you again.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.